Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Crochet for Baby. Thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to crochet this little bonnet for a baby between 0 and 3 months. Now, I made this little bonnet using the star stitch. A while ago, I showed you how to crochet this little set, which includes the matching little cardigan and the matching baby pants using the star stitch. I also did this beanie hat, but recently many of you have asked me to show you how to crochet the little matching bonnet, so here it is. I'll leave the links to these tutorials down here in the information box. Now, I also did another one, this one here, that my little model is modeling, and that's what it looks like. Okay, so I hope you like it, and without further ado, let's get started, and thank you for watching. Okay, to begin, I'll be using this 3.5mm crochet hook, and today I'm using this number 3 baby yarn. I'm using Bernat Baby Sports. I'm going to use in this color white and also in light blue. Okay, so to begin, we're going to make a magic circle. So hold your yarn like this, wrap it around your fingers, hold it right there, open this circle, insert your hook, and then grab a loop. And this is your magic circle. Now, if you prefer, you can chain 4 and join to the first chain to form a circle, and then you just chain 2. Now, inside this circle here, we're going to make a total of 12 double crochets, like this. The 2 chains never count as a stitch, or a double crochet in this case. So continue and work 12 double crochets, then I'll come back and show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished this first row here. All I did to close this circle was just pull this and then it closes. Now, to finish, we're going to go on top of the first double crochet, not the chains, but on top of the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finished the first row with 12 double crochets. Now, for the second row, we're going to make 2 double crochets on top of each one of the double crochets. So beginning into this first double crochet where I did the slip stitch, we're going to chain 2. The 2 chains never count as a double crochet. So into this same stitch here, make 2 double crochets, then 2 double crochets on top of the next, and so on. Continue like this. At the end of this second row, you should have a total of 24 double crochets. I'll meet you here to show you what we need to do next. I'm here at the end of the second row. I have 24 double crochets. To finish, go on top of the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch. Now, for the third row, we're going to chain 2. In this row, we're going to make 2 double crochets, then 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and so on. So beginning here on top of this first double crochet, where we did the slip stitch, make 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. On top of the next, make 1. On top of the next, make 2, and so on. Continue like this for this third row. At the end of the third row, you should have a total of 36 double crochets. I'll meet you here at the end of this row to show you what we need to do next. I'm here at the end of this third row. I have 36 double crochets. To finish, go on top of the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch. Now, this is how I finished the third row. Now, for the fourth row, we're going to chain 2. In this row, we're going to work 2 double crochets, then 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, and so on. So beginning here into the same stitch we did the slip stitch, the first double crochet, we're going to make 2 double crochets. That's 1, 2. Now into the next 2 double crochets, make 1 double crochet on each. That's 1 and 1. Into the next double crochet, make 2 double crochets, and into the next 2, 1 double crochet on each. This is how you're going to continue for this fourth row. At the end of the fourth row, you're going to have 48 double crochets. Continue, and I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. I'm here at the end of this fourth row. I have 48 double crochets. To finish, go on top of the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch. Now, for the fifth row, we're going to chain 2, and in this row, we're going to make 2 double crochets, then into the next 3, 1 double crochet on each. Then you're going to do 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. So beginning on top of this first double crochet where we did the slip stitch, make 2 double crochets, then into the next 3 double crochets, 1 double crochet on each. 1, 2, 3. Again, 2 double crochets into the next and then into the next 3 double crochets, make 1 double crochet on each. This is how we're going to continue for this 5th row. At the end of the 5th row, you should have a total of 60 double crochets. I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. I'm here at the end of this 5th row. I have 60 double crochets. To finish this row, go on top of the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finished the 5th row with 60 double crochets. Now for the 6th row, we're going to chain 2. In this row, we're going to make 2 double crochets. Then into the next 4 double crochets, we're going to make 1 double crochet on each. So 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. So let me show you. Into this first double crochet, make 2 double crochets. Then into the next 4, make 1 double crochet on each. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now again, into the next double crochet, make 2 double crochets, and into the next 4, make 1 double crochet on each. This is how we're going to continue for this 6th row. At the end of the 6th row, we're going to have 72 double crochets. Continue like this, and I'll meet you here at the end, right here, to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished this 6th row with a total of 72 double crochets. Now all I did was join to the top of the first double crochet with a slip stitch, cut my yarn, and pass my yarn through that last loop. And this part here is done. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start making our pattern stitch, which is the star stitch. So to do this, we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Into this 6th double crochet, insert your hook like this. Grab this loop. I'm going to use the same yarn in this light blue color. I'm going to chain 3. And now to make the first star stitch, into the 2nd stitch from the hook, 1, 2, insert your hook, grab a loop. Into the 3rd chain, grab a loop. Into this double crochet where we did this chain, grab a loop, and into the next 2 double crochets, grab a loop on each one. I have 6 loops, 2, 4, 6. Grab a loop, close this first star stitch. Now chain 1. Now to make the next star stitch, insert your hook into this hole right there. That's the eye of the star stitch. So insert your hook there, grab a loop, 2 loops on the hook, here on the side like this. Insert your hook, grab a loop. Into this same stitch where I grabbed my last loop for the first star stitch, insert your hook, and into the next 2 double crochets, grab a loop. 6 loops, close, chain 1. Again, insert your hook into the eye of your star stitch, grab a loop, here to the side, grab a loop, into this stitch, grab a loop, and into the next 2 double crochets, grab a loop. 6 loops, close, chain 1. One more time. Insert your hook into the eye of the star stitch, to the side, grab a loop, into this same stitch, grab a loop, and into the next 2 double crochets, grab a loop. 6 loops, close, chain 1. This is how we're going to continue for this first row. I'm going to leave about 12 stitches here right in the middle, so continue, and I'll meet you right about here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm almost done with this first row. Up to here I have a total of 31 star stitches, and in between the first and the last right here I have 10 double crochets. Now here at the end, to finish this last star stitch, I'm not going to chain 1 here, but rather I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to insert my hook here into this very corner stitch right there. Grab a loop, 3 loops in the hook, close. And this is how I finished the first row with 31 star stitches now. Now for the second row, chain 2, turn. Here what I'm going to do is I'm going to be making our half double crochets inside each one of these little eyes of each one of the star stitches. You can see it right there, the little eyes. So we chain 2, turn, and beginning into this first space there, make 2 half double crochets. 2 half double crochets into the next, 2 half double crochets into the next, and so on. This is all we're going to do for this second row, and this is what it looks like. So continue, and I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this second row. This is where we did half double crochets. Now to finish this row, we're going to go here into this stitch right there. You see the 2 loops right there, insert your hook there and make a single crochet here at the end. Now this is how I finished the second row. You should have a total of 62 half double crochets, not including the 2 chains here at the beginning and not including this single crochet here at the end. Now these are the 2 rows that we're going to repeat from here on, and this is what it looks like. So here, to do the third row, which is the first row to our pattern stitch, you're going to chain 3 and turn. Now into the second and third chain, insert your hook and grab a loop. That's 2, 3. On top of this single crochet, insert your hook, that's 4, and into these 2 half double crochets to this first star stitch, insert your hook and grab a loop on each. 6 loops on the hook, close, chain 1. Now to make your next star stitch, insert your hook into this little eye of this star stitch that we just did, grab a loop, to the side, grab a loop, into this stitch, grab a loop, and into these next 2 half double crochets, grab a loop. 6 loops, close, chain 1. Again, insert your hook into this stitch, inside this star stitch, grab a loop, to the side, grab a loop, into this stitch, grab a loop, and into these next 2 half double crochets, grab a loop. 6 loops, close, chain 1. This is how we're going to continue for the 4th row. Continue like this, and I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 3rd row. Now to finish, here at the end I finished my last star stitch, and here where we have the 2 chains to the side right there, we're going to insert our hook and make a half double crochet here at the end. And this is how I finished this 3rd row. Now for the 4th row, we're going to repeat the row where we do 2 half double crochets, and we're going to insert our hook inside each one of these eyes like this, inside of the eye of the star stitches. So here we're going to chain 2, turn, and beginning into the first eye of the first star stitch, make 2 half double crochets. Inside the next one, 2 half double crochets, 2 half double crochets inside the next, and so on. This is all we're going to do for this 4th row. At the end of this 4th row, we're going to have 62 half double crochets, not including the 2 chains. So continue, and I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 4th row. Here to finish, I did my last 2 half double crochets into this little hole here. Now to finish, we're always going to make a single crochet here at the end. And this is how I finished this 4th row. With a total of 62 half double crochets, not including the single crochet here at the end or the 2 chains here at the beginning. Okay, so from here on, we're going to repeat these 2 rows. So to start you off for row 5, you're going to do the first row to our pattern stitch. This is where we do the star stitch. So chain 3, turn. Now here into the second and third chain, grab a loop. That's 2 loops, 3, and on top of this single crochet, grab a loop, and into these 2 half double crochets, grab a loop. 6 loops on the hook, grab a loop and close, chain 1. Now to make your next star stitch, inside this little hole, grab a loop, into this stitch on the side, grab a loop, into this same stitch where I pulled the last loop, grab a loop, and into the next 2 half double crochets, grab a loop. 6 loops, close, chain 1. This is how you're going to continue from now on. I'm not sure how many rows I'm going to do, so continue like this, repeating these 2 rows, and I'll meet you at the end of this row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I did a total of 5 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of star stitch, and it's measuring from here to here. Right now it's measuring 13.5 centimeters, which is about 5.25 inches. Now, if you notice, my little bonnet is in blue now. This part here was originally white, and then we were going to do light blue for this part. What happened was I lost my memory card, and all of the videos that I had already recorded for this tutorial was lost, so I decided to start over again. So here's the little finished hat. This part here and this is what was lost in a memory card that I can't seem to find. Little hands tend to play around my work area, and when I look for something, it's not there. So here we're going to do the exact same thing I did for this little hat, which is the next row is this part here. So 5 rows of star stitch, and then we finished here. So what we're going to do here is we're going to chain 1 and turn. Here we're going to work slip stitches. So beginning into this first stitch, insert your hook and make a slip stitch. Into the next, insert your hook and make a slip stitch. This is all I'm going to do for this part. So continue like this, just making slip stitches on each one of the stitches, and I'll meet you here at this other end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making these slip stitches. Now here, what we're going to do is we're going to work single crochets along this part here. So chain 1, and into this last stitch here, make a single crochet. These are 2 chains or the half double crochets. Into each one of these spaces, make 1 single crochet. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In this last space here, I'm going to add 1 more, so that's 11 single crochets for this part here. Now we're going to go here. Here we should have 10 double crochets, so I'm going to start right here where we have this stitch. So we should end with 12 double crochets here. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 double crochets right here. Now we're going to skip this part here, and we're going to go into this stitch. This is the single crochet stitch. So insert your hook there and make a single crochet. Now for this part here, we're going to make 11 single crochets. So continue, and I'll meet you right about here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making these 11 single crochets here. Now what we're going to do is chain 3 and turn. Now here we're going to work double crochet, so beginning into the second single crochet, make a double crochet, including the 3 chains. I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to skip this last single crochet, and I'm going to go here on top of the first double crochet here. So make a double crochet. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 double crochets, skip 1 single crochet, and on top of the next make a double crochet, and so on. Here, just finish making these last 10 double crochets, and I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making these last double crochets here. Here we have 10 double crochets, then in the center there should be 12, and then on this other side there's 10. So here, what we're going to do is one more row, so chain one and turn. Beginning on top of this first double crochet, make a single crochet on top of the next, and so on. Here for this row, this is all we're going to make, just single crochets on top of each one of the double crochets. Continue and finish this row, and I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, finished making this last single crochet here at the end. All I did was just make my last single crochet into the second chain here at the end, cut my yarn and pass my yarn through that last loop, and this part here is done. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to make these cords for our baby hat, or what you can do is you can weave a ribbon here through this row of double crochet so that it looks like this. This is what I did with this little bonnet, and then here at the end I just did a little bow with a little flower that I sewed in there. Now what I'm going to do here instead is I'm going to show you how to make these nice cords. So to do this, we're going to go here to this other side. You're going to do both sides in the same way. So here I'm going to show you here on this other end. So we're going to leave a pretty long tail. I don't know, this is about 24 inches, I'd say. So here we're going to make a slip knot like this. This yarn here is coming from the skein, and this is the yarn that we left. So we're going to go here. We're going to grab about, I don't know, 4 stitches here. So grab this loop first. Bring it through the front like this. And then go through this stitch here and pick up one more loop. That's 2, 3, and 4 here at the end. Like this. Okay, so we have 4 loops. Now grab both ends. This is the long tail that we left, and this is coming from the skein. So hold both of them and grab a loop like this. Okay, now with the yarn that we left right here, put it to one side and then grab the yarn that's coming from the skein. And here we're going to wrap this yarn around the hook. Grab a loop, wrap it around the hook, pull a loop, wrap, pull a loop, wrap, pull a loop. This is all I'm going to do. So continue like this and finish this side, and then do the other side. I think these measure about 5.5 inches. I'm not exactly sure how long they are. I'll let you know once this part here is done, so you know exactly how long I made mine. Okay, so continue and finish this side and then do the other side, and I'll come back and show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making this cord here. It measures about 8 inches, which is about 20 centimeters. What you do here at the end is just cut your yarn and pass your yarn through that last loop, and then you can tie a little knot like I did here. So this part here is done, and our little bonnet is done using the star stitch. There it is. Here's the other one. This one we started in white and with this light blue color. I did it in the exact same way. I think I'm going to do another baby cardigan using this same stitch. I love the stitch, it's very easy to work, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so this has been today's tutorial. I hope you like it. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.